Hello and welcome to the Fire Emblem commentary. This is honestly kind of a strange franchise for me. I didn't even really give it a chance. I heard about it all the time, but I honestly didn't really hear that much good or bad about it. Just, oh, it's a strategy game and everyone dies. But after giving it a try with Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones for the Gameboy Advance, thanks to the Nintendo Ambassador Program for 3DS, I can't say that I regret it. It's such a great series. And it's what got me to purchase Fire Emblem Awakening for the 3DS, which is fantastic. But yeah, so I decided, since we don't really have much going on right now, which everyone's really busy, so not much commentary is getting done, I could try and fill the schedule a bit. And I thought for a long time, what game should I do? And then I just thought, why not do the other Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem game? So this is kind of a weird sort of blind run, because me playing this is blind. I didn't use a guide or anything, and so I apologize in advance if I miss any awesome secrets or whatever. Like, I know Sacred Stones has like secret shops and certain tiles you can stand on to get awesome weapons and stuff, and I'm sure this has it too. But yeah, the thing is, the commentary isn't blind. I didn't do this live, so it's not like, you're not getting my real, genuine first reactions. But anyways, I'll try to remember any little observations I made while playing or anything like that. So yeah, this game actually stars Lindis, who came from Marth came from Smash Bros. But yeah, I first learned about Lindis through Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because she's an assist trophy. But yeah, that's actually the protagonist for this game. Yeah, quite a good one too, actually. It's weird, actually. Now that, besides Fire Emblem Awakening, even then, I guess you can make a player character who's female. But yeah, the ones I've played so far both have female leads, and they're both really strong, honestly. Like, very good characterization. And that's something I can say for much everything in Fire Emblem. It's got fantastic writing, and honestly, this doesn't quite live up to the same levels as the other two that I've played, but it's still really well done. It's done by Intelligent Systems, who did Paper Mario, so they kind of have a pedigree. Yeah, so while this is a blind run, I'm not completely hopeless because I have played Sacred Stones. At the time I recorded this, I hadn't played Awakening, but this is very, very similar. They use a lot of the same animations, even. Judging by the fact this is called Fire Emblem and doesn't have a subtitle, I'm assuming it's the first one released in the US. Well, it doesn't really mean much because there were like 15 released in Japan before they even considered that maybe America would like a really awesome game. Something that this actually has that Sacred Stones doesn't, but it actually kind of got expanded upon with Awakening, is you actually get to create your own player character, and I really like how they handle it in this game. We'll see that in just a moment. Another thing I really like is Fire Emblem, they always have such basic plots from all outside appearances. Like, really, really simple, almost cliche stuff. But then when you actually get to explore the story and the world, it gets really, really amazing. Like, I don't know, I really love that, though, when a series can take something that should by all rights be cliche. Like, I think that a game that does that really well actually is Chrono Trigger. But yeah, when a game takes something that should be cliche and just runs with it and makes it great, that's honestly one of my favorite types of storytelling. Yeah, kind of neat thing. You play this game in first person, so you're looking at the characters as they talk, basically. And you don't actually fight, you're the tactician. We'll get to that a bit later. Which actually is a thing that was reused in Fire Emblem Awakening, and maybe other games, I don't know. I'm still very new to this series. Yeah, I think that I was supposed to be role-playing as myself during this, and I did kind of have mental conversations with the characters as they said it, though what I thought didn't tend to actually match up with what the character supposedly is saying. We'll get to that when I get to that, I guess. But yeah, the first conflict of the game, we're being attacked by 2 whole bandits. Truly, this is largest scale. In medias res has nothing. You don't need to start in the middle with a game like this, it goes right to the action. Yeah, I gotta say, there are probably some better professions. Strategist by trade. Yeah, and I gotta like my little costume, the scarves and cloak kinda set up. I like that. Looks nice. Cool. Badass even. And for some reason I'm green. Yeah, this strikes me as odd. Except the thing is, green is meant to be allies, meanwhile blue is people on your team, which has led to every Fire Emblem character having blue hair, contrived as that is. Yeah, so only a strategist can't fight, just have to guide Lyn. The thing is, I really like that though, how they introduce an explanation for why it's a strategy game instead of just being like, oh yeah, magical grid combo attack thing. And yeah, this game spoon feeds you. I think their thinking was like, oh, Americans are stupid, there's no way they can understand something as complex as slightly more complex than chess. So yeah, every single little thing is explained to you in this game. Everything. Say first you get an elaborate explanation of how to move. And much like Final Fantasy 13, the tutorials don't end when you think they would. In fact, they last the same number of chapters now that I think about it, but I'll get to that a long time from now. Man, but at least the tutorial did pretty much replicate exactly what my strategy would have been, going left. So, they know me that well. So yeah, now they're telling you you have to be adjacent to an enemy to attack them. Who would have thought? I guess if this was my first Fire Emblem, it might have been kind of worthy information. Maybe I'm like just overly familiar with the mechanics thanks to Sacred Stones, but I don't know. Was this really necessary? I mean, I'm surprised they didn't go, now that it's your enemy's turn, they can attack you as they are your enemy. So yeah, Lindis here is a class called the Lord, who appears in, as far as I know, every Fire Emblem game. Basically, they're your player character, and as you might guess, they're pretty much, by definition, awesome. They have usually really awesome stat growths and unique abilities and that kind of thing. And they're usually based on different types of classes. Like, in this case, Lindis is... I don't know how to say it. Myrmidon. Myrmidon? I don't know. But yeah, basically their whole gimmick is they wear light clothes so they're fast, they can dodge easily. They're not that strong, and they don't have that much HP, and their main gimmick is critical hits. Basically, they're all built around doing critical hits, which in this game causes them to do triple damage, which is basically, it's ridiculously powerful, but they're flimsy, obviously, because they don't have much HP, and yeah, so they kind of have a huge risk-reward type thing, though it's kind of downplayed with Lindis because she's your main character, and if she dies, the game ends. And I guess, yeah, that's another thing I'll guess I'll get into now, because I don't ever actually lose a character, at least so far. I haven't finished recording yet. But basically, yeah, when a character dies in Fire Emblem, that's it. They can't be used. So that's that. In this case, they don't really die per se. Because yeah, you get a message and it says, oh, if they die during the tutorial, you can't use them for the whole entire tutorial. So it kind of gives away that there's, well, I don't know, some sort of failsafe. But yeah, they do that in Fire Emblem Awakening too. When you, because I've lost characters, but then in that case it just resets. Honestly, okay, this is something I don't really like about. Oh, there's Lindis's critical hit, which I love the animation for it. The animation in this game is fantastic. But yeah, I don't like about Fire Emblem. One thing is that losing a character, it's really bad game design. As much as I hate to say it, like basically they're punishing you for doing bad by making the game harder, and that just doesn't seem right. Like basically, like if you lose your healer, well, no, you can't heal anymore. So that just makes everything so much harder. Like everyone has to use vulneraries, which I didn't even comment on. I guess I should have. To heal you, but they're not as good as healers. But yeah, so you lose vital characters basically that make your survival actually possible. And so it just snowballs really. So I've kind of just made a habit of, if I lose a character, they just restart. I think everyone does that. I'd imagine people who don't are like the kind of people who play Mass Effect and then don't do anything with their squad mates. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, mission complete. It only took what? 6 minutes, however long? Then they have to give an elaborate explanation of how to seize the ending area too. Let's go home. But that'll take like 3 turns. Good morning, Hatok! That's such an RPG cliche. Good morning, insert name here. Because they always have an exclamation mark. It's not good grammar. Yep, so, shock of all shocks, the main character wants to be the main character. So she wants to go with you and so yeah, when Lynn said, can you travel with me? It's like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. But no, apparently I need to ask permission from her parents. I didn't even know that she was underage. This is anime. Like, how old is she supposed to be? Because I don't really know. Is she 10? There's no way to know. Is she 20? 100? What is even like the age you need to ask your parents' permission for in this world? She looks like a typical, I don't know, 20-ish. Like she looks like the age of like Lightning or something like that in Final Fantasy 13. But I guess she's supposed to be really young. Probably 16. That's like the typical anime age. But yeah, it's impossible to tell. That's the thing with anime. They don't really age their characters properly. But if she's this unexperienced, she must be young. So maybe she's like 14 or 12 or 4. I don't know. Yeah, so this game actually has some themes of feminism and women can do things and stuff like that. And I don't know, it seems pretty valid. Kind of gets a bit overbearing at times, I think, but I don't know. They don't beat you over the head with it too much. There are a few times they're just like women, and just kind of. I think that it speaks for itself, considering you have this main character who's like a badass, quick-footed swordsman person. But yeah, so. The thing that sets this plot into motion is she wants revenge for her father's death from bandits. Because, I don't know, I guess they couldn't have rats. Seriously, bandits and rats, the 2 most common RPG starting enemies since like the dawn of time. I guess people view their lives as similar or something. But yeah, so apparently I agreed to take her with me to go and adventure, because that's what tacticians are well known for, traveling out into the world on their own with no troops whatsoever to command, because that's what tacticians are best known for, commanding no troops. But yeah, the adventure started. Looks like, I don't know, stuff will happen in the next part. See you then.